speech, you should say something to grab the audience's attention. So I thought I'd tell a joke. Being as a famous fur and feather, I Googled animal jokes. First joke is fur. What did the dog say when he sat on sandpaper? Ruff. And for my feather joke, what do you call a box of ducks? A box of quackers. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges, and fellow contestants, I'd like to begin with thanking my sponsor, the Harriston Pageant, Branch 296, for allowing me this opportunity. I'm very grateful and honored to be a part of this amazing community. I guess I'll start with a little about me. I've lived in Minto for 4 years now, and I still remember the first day I moved here. Pretty much like it was yesterday. To say it was a culture shock is putting it mildly. The icing on the cake was when we were driving down the road the first day, and we saw a pig running up the side of the road. Being as the closest I have ever been to a pig in that point in my life was my breakfast. As country as I've been was listening to Taylor Swift's little twang on the radio, so you can imagine my shock and dismay and amount of annoyance when realizing this would be my new home. I remember walking out to wait for the bus for the first day of school, accompanied by a tractor moving at the same speed as me, and the smell of the pig the day before still lingering in the air. I rolled my eyes and hoped my mom would come to her senses and get me out of this two-store, one stoplight, 45 minutes from the closest small annual redneck games town as fast as possible. I lived in Minto for only a couple of weeks before heading to my first Harriston Fall Fair. I can honestly say I had never seen a baby competition that was followed by a livestock competition. It was pretty weird. I thought things couldn't get any weirder, but I was mistaken when we made our way over to the bleachers to watch a tractor pull. This time, I thought I'd seen it all. I sat watching and listening to the people cheering and how excited they all got over a tractor. I thought for sure the people around here were nuts. I also noticed the gorgeous girl with a sash surrounded by kids, always smiling and glowing. Not sure on who or what she was doing, I brushed it off to the side. It's safe to say I paid more attention to the cotton candy apples. I was extremely grateful when it was time to go home. I'd definitely taken in enough redneckery for one day. After about a month, I started thinking, this town isn't so bad, and I started making some great friends. I also started to realize how great of a community I was becoming a part of. Even started to embrace the pigs. It wasn't until I attended my second Harriston Fall Fair that I really started to appreciate all the work put into them. Better late than never, right? I actually got excited watching the tractor pulls and the demolition derbies, and I remember saying, hey, let's go watch the cow and baby competitions, as if I'd got my whole life. I walked around with friends, looking at all the hard work that elementary students had put into their artwork, the amazing photographs, quotes, and baking that were all judged with the colorful ribbons. However, my favorite part was obviously still living with the sugar coma. I still couldn't help noticing all the kids following that girl with the stash and the smile. It wasn't until recently that I found out the girl with the stash was ambassador of the fair. I now understand her permanent smile and the reason all the kids were so mesmerized by her. Without the ambassador, the fair just wouldn't be the same. It's at this time now that I'd like to say my thank yous. Well, I'd like to start with thanking the entire Minto community for molding me into who I am today. The shy little girl has turned into this big, cool person country girl. Trust me, I wouldn't have been caught dead in cow hormones 4 years ago, and now I wouldn't have about them. I'd like to thank my parents, Tara and Lee McDougall, for having me and supporting me through all of this. I'd like to thank Alan Borlaug, my stepdad, who brought me to my first fall fair and encouraged me to run for this year's ambassador. I'd like to thank Deanna Wick and my fellow contestants for helping me and explaining a lot to me about the fall fair and ambassador program. And of course, I'd like to thank my sponsor once again, the Harriston Legion, without whom I wouldn't be up here today.